Hello and welcome to another episode of Analog Insights. In today's episode, I review the Wotancraft Ryker camera bag and take it to the streets for some analog shots and gain some hands-on experience with it. Wotancraft is a Taiwan-based company that focuses on handcrafted military-style camera bags and watch straps with a certain vintage look and feel to them that allegedly become more beautiful over time as they age. Wotancraft is a relatively young company which was only founded in 2009, and yet by 2017 they had managed to have the camera bags being sold in 8 Leica camera stores worldwide, so quite an achievement. And due to my increased interest in not just vintage cameras but also vintage watches, I also stumbled upon Wotancraft as a company, and that kind of sparked, their products kind of sparked my curiosity precisely because of that vintage look and feel. So today we take a closer look at the camera bag Wotancraft Ryker. Let's dive in there. The Ryker bag is available in 2 different sizes. The M size, which I have here, measures 27 by 10 by 19 centimeters and weighs a surprising 1.6 kilograms, even without any equipment in it. There's also a smaller and lighter version, which is called S size, which might also be interesting to you and potentially better suit your needs. The bag is made out of classic pebble grain vegetable tanned cowhide leather, and the material to me feels quite soft but also durable. Interestingly, the bag has both a zipper and a lid on top of it, and Wotancraft calls this a double lid design, and I will talk more about that in a minute. The shock absorbent foam paddings inside the bag and the dividers feel quite reliable, and I personally would really trust it with my equipment, or do trust it with my equipment, so there's no concern here. And the microfiber Velcro fabric inside the bag sticks nicely to the dividers and the other accessories that are available for it. And what I found particularly remarkable is that even after repeated use, you don't have any kind of leftovers or damage to this interior. Unlike my, for instance, my owner bag, which I have for quite a while by now, and that shows quite some leftovers and kind of ripped foam padding inside of the bag after a while. And I don't have that here with the Wotancraft so far. What's also interesting is that the metal accessories are made out of high integrity zinc alloys and brass. So, and in my opinion, they just look really, really nice. And also the stitchings are reinforced and also feel quite premium in my opinion. The bag comes with dividers that let you customize the interior of the bag to best fit your needs in any given moment, so depending on the kind of gear that you want to bring. In addition, there are so-called modules available for specific purposes, like little pockets with or without zipper, depending on what you want to put in there. There are SD card holders, lens cap holders, and things like that, which is really convenient. And these are all Velcro based, so you can put them wherever it suits you best. The camera bag can fit all sorts of stuff, and I was really surprised by that. So for instance, here are a couple of packing examples. It can fit a Leica M and a foldable medium format camera plus film, or 2 35mm cameras plus an additional lens, or a 35mm SLR with an additional lens, or even a medium format camera with additional magazine, a lens, some film, and a notebook. Or if you're really pushing it, even 2 medium format cameras plus a magazine, so quite impressive in terms of space inside the bag. The bag comes with a latex foam shoulder pad or shoulder paddings, which better distribute the weight of the bag across your shoulders. But due to the natural weight of the bag, I would be personally inclined not to put too much into it because it gets quite heavy rather fast. So I'm always considering carefully what to put in there and what to bring. Please also note that the bag is not water resistant, which is of course the case for most leather bags. So it is water repellent until a certain point, but once your leather gets soaked wet, it will definitely be damaged. So on potentially rainy days, better pack an umbrella as well. So what is my personal impression? I really like the size and overall feel of the Ryker. For me, it's the ideal bag for going out on a photo walk and shooting some street shots, because it lets me carry one camera and an additional lens, and then there's still more than enough space for bringing a sunglasses case or a notebook or a regular book, and basically be able to sit down for a cup of coffee and take a break whenever I want to, and still be able to take out a notebook and write a couple of notes or read a book. And that's usually my key requirement when it comes to these kind of medium-sized bags. So I really appreciate that. The padding on the shoulder bag also feels quite comfortable, which I think is really important for a bag of that kind of weight. And the leather and overall material really feels premium, in my opinion. To be really honest, it's not as premium as the Italian leather on my Oberwert bags, but it still feels quite good and solid. What potentially divides the audience here is that double lid design that I briefly mentioned earlier, because it basically requires you to not just open that lid, but also the zipper whenever you want to access your equipment. And also when you have accessed it and extracted it from the bag, basically close the zipper and then close the lid. And in the beginning I was inclined to leave the zipper open, but I quickly realized I would be too concerned that any of my equipment might fall out just because I have not closed the zipper. So I ended up closing both of them all the time. And I also thought this would annoy me, but I ended up actually feeling okay with it. So by now I got used to it and I'm using it just like that. But I can see that people might potentially be annoyed at or have concerns about it. So my personal recommendation would be to definitely try out the bag and give it a try before making a definitive purchase. The only thing that I'm personally not so terribly fond of is that red color of the interior, especially here in that black version of the bag, because the black is one color, but it also comes with a little bit of brown leather parts. And I think the red is just one color too much in my personal taste. And of course that is a matter of taste. And the brown version of the bag, for instance, it wouldn't bother me so much because here I really like that brown plus the red interior. But for my version here, it felt like one color too much and a bit too fancy also to some extent. So that's really a matter of personal taste. I would prefer to have one color less. But other than that, I really like that bag and can highly recommend taking a closer look at it. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review of the Wotancraft Ryker camera bag. If you did, please remember to like this video and maybe even share it with your friends. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to our channel. Jules, Greg and I really appreciate each and every subscriber coming our way. So thanks for watching. I hope to see you soon. Bye.